we talk about all things metal, and or bands, I should say. Really, it's the voices of metal, people in the music industry, people that are making music for all of us to enjoy, and hopefully getting to know them better as a band. But for now, we are doing lists of metal songs out there, and this is gonna be a little bit different than I've done before. I've done stuff with certain topics and this and that, but this is kind of bands that may not be as big or huge or popular, things that actually are probably underrated bands, possibly, or you might have heard some of them before. I know there's a few on the list that I do know, and then there's quite a few I don't know offhand, but I figured I'd give it a shot, and maybe there's some actual new band slash and or song that you might enjoy. Because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, you just never know what you're going to discover. I do know some of the, like I said before, he knows quite a bit about different types of metal, and he probably knows far more than I do. So this is kind of a learning experience for me on some of it too. But also, I know quite a few songs that I definitely enjoy, and I'd like to share those with you because you never know. One thing I have noticed that in the past, there's a dating app that actually has a thing about music and things that you like in music. And usually, if I put metal in, it shows all the major mainstream bands that people like, but it doesn't have a lot of the people or women that I've seen on there don't have a lot of information about liking certain bands that I like or I've heard about. So it's kind of interesting. So I figured some people may not know that many bands out there. Most of them are kind of the mainstream bands that we all know and love, and it's the radio industry or the music industry that kind of stifles some of the bands that we might not know about that are really good bands out there, and or maybe not. It's hard to say. But and like I said, I don't know some of them, so I'm hoping that they're all fairly decent songs. But I don't know. We'll see. So we're gonna start off with number 20, called "Shadow of Intent." Is the actual band. Grave Singer is the name of the song. It's see, it starts right off with a word I can't pronounce very well, so I apologize. Yet Crushing is symphonic deathcore track combines cinematic soundscapes with sheer brutality. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. Was it like, who knows? Hello, Antarctica. How are you? It's a snapshot sniper. Interesting. I like that. That's cool. You know what? I'm gonna hurry and put the all messages up here instead of the top messages, so that way everybody gets a chance to talk if they're on here. How are you doing today? That's pretty cool. I got somebody from Antarctica. It's pretty sweet. Isn't that no? That's Iceland. I'm thinking of that somebody's wanting to buy. Hello from Cincinnati. Oh, I'm from Ohio myself. So, yep. What? Yeah, very cold, right? I'm from Bryan, Ohio, which is a small town northwest corner, close to Michigan, in Pioneer. That's where my dad lived. Yeah, so it's kind of cool from somebody from Cincinnati. I have family that I think lives in Cincinnati, I believe, or somewhere outside nearby Cincinnati. Number 18 is Justice for the Damned, a pain. Oh, sorry. The song is called Pain is Power. It's a whatever, metallic hardcore track that has heavy and emotionally raw sound. What? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, B. What? Anyway, okay, I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's all okay. Me? I don't have a Cash App. Well, I do, I think, but it's like I don't remember the actual thing at all. But anyway, hi Riley. How are you doing? How are you doing? Pretty good. I think Riley's been on here before, I believe. Some people are kind of new. Hello, how's it going? Thank you for the likes. Anyway, let's see here. Where were we at? Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. Am I a history teacher? No. I just like metal. Number 17 is pre-silenced. I hope I said that right. And this is Morbius. I have no idea. Propagandism, I guess is what you call it. Technical death metal with an eerie atmospheric and precision heavy riffs. This sounds like might be something that I might have to check out, but you never know. What? What are you talking about? Thank you. Thank you, River. I don't know why people keep doing some weird stuff and stuff. I'm gonna have to block that one too. Okay. Now somebody's just doing that. Anyway, I'm not political on that. I'm trying not to be political on this one. Number 16 is Celestial Sanctuary. Relentless Savagery. A punishing death metal track with old school vibes and relentless aggression. Aggression. Gotta say that right. Aggression. Okay, we can. You don't have to keep saying that. You know, that sounds like something that. Gee whiz. I had a lot of those going on. Anyway, a little too much political stuff. Sorry. Anyway, mental cruelty. Forgotten. Oh, forgot where the heck I was at. Number 15 is Void. It's called Wound. The crushing slow and heavy doomed sludge metal, revoking despair and overwhelming power, which is kind of interesting, different, right? Anyway, let's see here. No, 13, I have no idea how to pronounce this one. It's VOLVODYNIA. I probably have to look that up to or pronounce it. Sorry, I still have a little bit of a cough from before. Banquet of Enigmatic Horrors Part 1 is a brutal slamming deathcore with intricate riffs and guttural intensity. Anyway, so Sal, is that a band you like? I think that is a band, isn't it? I don't know all bands, so it's hard to say. Let's see here. What was the other ones? Oh, 12. Signs of the Swarm. Hymns of something or other. I can't pronounce it, but anyway, it's a symphonic deathcore track that deeply with deep guttural and apocalyptic vibe, which is kind of cool. That's yeah, I like apocalyptic sounds. Let's see here. Number 11 is Left to Suffer, which actually I got to see live with Brand of Sacrifice and Veil of Amaya, which all three bands were awesome. There's another band I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it's called Fixated. It's a combined groove, deathcore, hardcore illness. This song is unrelenting in its aggression. It's kind of cool, right? Number 10 is Bound in Fear with The Rot Within, a suffocatingly heavy deathcore track with gut-wrenching breakdowns and eerie atmosphere. That sounds like cool. Let me see here. Another one from an Autopsy, or did I already do that? I don't remember. I think this is a different song. Number 9 is Far From Heaven, heavily a heavy deathcore song addressing humanity's fall from grace and massive grooves with a bleak lyricism, I guess is how you pronounce that. Number 8 is Knocked Loose, God Knows. It's a raw, intense, hardcore track that delivers a wall of chaotic sound and primal emotion. It's really different. Number 7 is Lorne Shore, which is definitely a good band. If you've never heard them before, they're definitely awesome. Pain Remains, number 1, or I'm not sure if it's a 1 or I. Dancing Like Flames, a symphonic, emotional, devastating blend of deathcore, brutality, and sweeping melodies, which I always like some sweeping melodies. I don't know what it's hard to say with that one. Let's see here. Number 6 is Traders, is called Ruthless, a crushing down-tempo deathcore track that channels pure rage and aggression. Wow, we got 18 people watching. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And keep it down on certain comments, please. Just talk. It's fine. No, don't have to be doing certain things, if you know what I mean. I already kind of put something on a timeout because they were saying the same thing over and over again, which is fine, I guess. Anyway, number 6 is Traders Ruthless, a crushing down-tempo deathcore track that channels pure rage and aggression. That's cool, right? Let's see here. We got number 5 is Humanity's Last Breath, which is kind of an interesting name for a band. Called Tide is the song. A dark deathcore track that pulls into a suffocating atmospheric heaviness, which is kind of cool. I like there's another heaviness type thing or atmospheric type sound. Let's see here. Number 4 is Slaughter to Prevail, which is one I just talked about. And this is one band that if you've never heard of them before and you never heard their stuff, you gotta check them out. They are really, really good. Baba Yaga, I think is how you pronounce this, I hope. Featuring monstrous vocals, punishing grooves. This track is an unstoppable force of Russian deathcore. Oh, I didn't know that. Slaughter to Prevail is a Russian deathcore band. Well, that's something new. I didn't realize they were from Russia. Slaughter to Prevail. Anyway, number 3 is Brand of Sacrifice, which I've heard some of their stuff before. It's really awesome. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I already said that, didn't I? No, wait a minute. Okay, whoa. Slaughter to Prevail is Baby Yaga. Brand of Sacrifice is what I was thinking about. Number 3 is Demon King. Well, that's the one I was talking about. That's what I was thinking about. Brand of Sacrifice. I had Slaughter to Prevail before that. Slaughter to Prevail is really good, too. It's a chaotic symphonic deathcore masterpiece inspired by the Berkshire manga, delivering relentless intensity. Oh, okay. It's based off of manga. That's kind of cool. The Demon King. Number 2 is Thy Art Is Murder. The song is called Puppet Master. It is a brutal deathcore track that was relentless riffs and biting commentary with a manipulation and control. That's cool. Definitely just sounds different. Might be awesome to listen to. Number 1, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I heard, I think it was Alpha. No, it's, God, I can't think of the name of the song. It's Tridden and Trodden is one, and some other one. Alpha and Omega. I think maybe it is Alpha and Omega. Who knows? I look like a half-open bag of potato chips. Okay, Lord Zebra. What is that? Zebra. Or Zebra. Anyway, number 1 is King 810's Alpha and Omega, a gritty vocal anthem of defiance and survival, driven by primal energy and Darth lyricism. And I will say this much, King 810 is one of the best. And if you think about it, no nonsense. Oh, okay. Is that it? You should be just eating your bag of potato chips and enjoy it, right? Jeez. Anyway, the one thing I like about King A10 is it's just different. It's got a different sound. It's got a really cool vibe to it, and a lot of the stuff's a little bit kind of not quite. He's got quite a range of sounds for the group, and it's hard to pin down if it's metal, if it's rap, if it's rock, if it's classic. Kind of like Black Rifle is like one of those songs that's really very powerful vocally, and it's just amazing sound. Black Swan is another one that's really good. And I forgot what the one I like the most. I can't think of what it is. It's so sad. I forgot. No, maybe not. I don't think I've heard of Burzum's first album. No. I hope I said that. I probably said that. I probably butchered the name. I want war and SC Army. Okay. Oh, We Want War by Nasty Army. Okay. It's very underrated, by the way. Okay, well, there you go. That's a song that somebody, oops. That's a band and a song that somebody likes. That's underrated. So if anybody wants to hear that song too, there's another underrated band that and or song that you might not have heard of, which is good. I thought it was something else that you were saying, so I apologize. I thought it was something about war. I was like, what? Next time I should say, make sure you put down song, band, and and the name of each one. But anyway, it's not that big a deal. Just in case I don't get confused. But anyway, Alpha Omega is a really definitely good one. There's quite a few. And Slaughter to Prevail's got some really good stuff out there too. And I got to see them live, and they're really freaking awesome. I went there to see Veil of Maya, and one of my favorite songs from them is Tokyo Chainsaw. And the one I did pick up on, and it's one that you don't hear in the album, but when he's singing it live, he gets a little bit too high on his high vocals. He kind of loses control of it a little bit, I think. But it's still a really good song. It's just that, or songs that he sings, it's just not what I expected when I heard them play live, unfortunately. But if they can get that nailed down, that'd be awesome, because he's got really good light vocals and heavy vocals. And Brand of Sacrifice is kind of the same way a little bit. And Left to Suffer does a really good job with mix of. I think they do a little bit of both on that too, because I know a lot of bands are doing that, like 99 Skills, but I keep saying it wrong because apparently somebody told me at work that I said it wrong. So if I did, I butchered it. I apologize. Anyway, with that said, and that's the guy that always talks about metal music and knows a heck of a lot more than I do. I will say that much. So, I am hoping that maybe I got to do this. I still got to set up my OBS and a way of getting. I think there's a couple different ways you can do, like Telegram or some other type of video conferencing calls, to get it all set up and get it ready to go, so that way I can do interviews. There is one very in particular person that I would love to interview, especially because of her new album called Carla Harvey, and it's The Violent Hour. That is the name of the band, and hopefully she'll have that out fairly soon. We'll see. I know there are several other bands out there and songs that are coming out, but yeah, she's doing it on her own. This is her first album on her own without anybody else, being there. I mean, I'm assuming that she's probably going to hire people to do some of the guitar work and stuff like that while she's touring. Me, there's so many bands I love. One of my newer favorite bands is Brand of Sacrifice, for sure. Slaughter to Prevail is pretty good. Lauren Shores has got some great sounds. One of my all-time old favorite bands is, the one that got me started is Metallica, but the later one that actually got me into super heavy metal is Sepultura. Gotta have Sepultura. That's why, even though I know the brothers were not a part of it for years afterwards, Originally, they got me into it, and then I kind of fell in love with the band. And really, quite honestly, at first, I didn't even realize they switched singers. And then later on, I thought, wait a minute, that's not the same person. So I thought there was a difference in the vocals, but I wasn't certain. And I go, that's different. It's kind of like Static X. When they hadn't put out a new album, I didn't know why. And years later, I finally found out that Wayne had passed away because we didn't have the internet at that time to find this stuff out right away. So it's a lot different, just like getting to know new bands. So now with streaming, I am learning a lot more about all these other bands. And actually, there is a band that I know I knew way back in the 80s, but I didn't know much about them called Sacred Reich. And I got to see them perform live and fell in love with the band. And I was like, wow, they got some great sounds, great songs. So, yeah, and hell yeah, there you go. I know, right? There's a lot of people. See, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I want to do this because not only do I want to interview people and hopefully get people that are not into metal into metal. I want to give them the little. It's funny. It reminds me. I always tell people, people think Metallica sold out, blah blah blah, this that and the other, and I got thinking, it's like, okay, here we are. There's a band that's like widely popular, crazily popular, like Slipknot, and Slipknot's another one of those bands that when somebody gets into that and then they start listening to something closely related to it, like now with streaming, you might find other bands in it, and that just takes you to another band and another band and another band. And then when you discover the channel here or someplace else on another channel about bands, that you're going to explore and expand your knowledge of metal bands, and you're going to say, wow, there's so much out there. And there are so many bands that have really great music out there. It's hard to just pick one. I know Raven Black is one of my all-time newer bands that I really like too. She's got a great sound. She's got a new album out right now that's called the White Album. It's supposed to be like a diary kind of style thing. And then she's got a new black one that's coming out, and the pre-orders are already there. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm thinking about doing that too. Let's see here. Nail Bomb. Yep. Definitely old and heavy. Nail Bomb is definitely really good. I keep forgetting about adding them to the list. I should add them on there. And also the band that the brothers from Pantera started on their own. I can't think of now. I know what it is. I just can't think of the name. But anyway, they have one album from that, and it was phenomenal. I didn't realize it was them at first, and I go, this sounds vaguely familiar. So I did some research on it. Oh, that's who they are. And then I found out the whole story about what happened. I knew a little bit about the history of what was going on, but I didn't know that because of certain people, they ended up starting their own little band on the side until somebody changed his mind about playing with, I guess, again. I don't know. So, yeah, I found that out. Well, that was within the last couple of years that I found that out. So I didn't know the whole detail. Plus, like with Max and Igor, Cavalier, I didn't know the whole kit and caboodle about. I know it has something to do with one of Max's wife, I think, and she still manages the band that I know. I think right now, and I think they're going. I think from what I can tell, that they're going to re-record all the old songs they used to do, and maybe even some of the Sepultura songs as Cavalier Conspiracy. So instead of being Sepultura, it's Cavalier Conspiracy. Go figure, right? So we'll see. It's basically all legalities is what it is. It's kind of like Taylor Swift redoing her songs is what I heard. Yes. Like Excalibur, definitely Sacrifice, Fist, yep. Definitely. There's so many. Oh, even Biohazard was really good. God, there's so many. I haven't heard much of their songs in a while. Oh, and Hatebreed is one. I think that's been around for a while too. I don't remember what year they started. And then there's one, Havoc. is one that I've recently discovered. It's really cool because what it is it's a local band, which I didn't know was local, and I think it was I discovered because of like one of the other like Sacred Reich or something like that. They actually had some songs that sounded vaguely familiar, and like Testament and all this other stuff. But it kind of reminds me of some of those songs a little bit. But it's definitely different. I like the way they do kind of a political type thing, and like saying wake up." It's really cool stuff. So anyway, so which I hope maybe that they will be one of the bands or one of the guys from the band I could do an interview with because I'd love to do that. I know, I know. Oh yeah, Independence and Who's to Blame, The American Way, and all the other ones. And then there's also, of course, not Butcheries, Obituary. Obituary. I got to see them play, and I saw Sacred Reich with Sepultura with Crowbar. That was the other one, and I didn't get to see him play because they skipped out on us because they said we don't want to drive in the snow, so we're just gonna go past Denver. They wouldn't have made it, I think, as part of it. So, have you heard of UDO? No, I don't think I have. Unfortunately, I'll have to check that one out. Is that an acronym or is that the actual band name? Just curious. That way I know. UDO. I don't know. Okay, I just want to make sure because I know sometimes they have acronyms to make it shorter because it might under. I'm sure it means something. UDO means under development autopsy or something. Who knows, right? Oh, really? Oh, American Way was in Casino Man? Really? Okay, now I'm gonna have to check that out. I probably heard it a thousand times and just didn't know it. That's kind of crazy. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm already into 27 minutes on this. I was trying to keep it to 15. Uh, that's the singer from. Oh, okay. It's basically the vocals names, which UDO. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's his name. Okay. The name of the band is basically the vocals name, which is UDO. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I guess I'll have to check them out. Oh, okay. That's cool. I've heard of Accept, I think. Hmm. Interesting. That's cool. Okay, well, it's getting late. We've kind of dropped off on a few people because I think we're boring them to death, maybe. So I will say goodnight for all you guys. Balls to the walls. There you go. Which is the title of the song. I'm not saying anything dirty, so don't demonetize me. Gamma Ray is an interesting band. They're around. Oh, cool. Oh, okay, an Iron Maiden. Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool, cool. Prince of the Dawn. There's like I said, there's so many songs out there. You probably never listen to every single thing, but it's always good to know. UDO is it? You said UDO. I'll have to check. I might have heard of them. I think I might have, and I just haven't. You know, I heard the song, but I didn't know the name, kind of thing. Where I'm listening to it, and it's hard to say. So, without further ado, I will say farewell, good night, say take care. Don't forget to headbang and like and subscribe. And thank you so much for all the people that have subscribed, all the new subscribers, all the people that have yet to subscribe. Subscribe now, and I will thank you now for doing that. So I'll you're gonna get a pre thank you for subscribing, even though you may not want to, but that way you're compelled to do so. That's my motto. There you go, right? So you got to subscribe now since I thanked you for it beforehand. How about that? Isn't that great, right? Anyway, Take care. Have a good night, folks. And you guys have a wonderful night. And maybe I'll see you out there in some concert down the road. If you do, let me know. I want to hear from you. I've already gotten one person that knew who I was. Well, I told her about my channel. And then she goes, "Oh, I saw your channel." And it was really cool. I loved it. So, yeah, she mentioned it to me. So I feel like she was my first person that recognized me, even though I mentioned it beforehand, but kind of not. But anyway, all right, take care. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. I appreciate the like, subscribes, and everything. All right, take care. Have a good night. See you later.